Good morning, students. Today I am going to start a new lesson, that is periodic classification of elements. Periodic classification of elements. Periodic classification of elements. Now, at first, we should know what is periodic table. Periodic table is key. What is periodic table? We should know. Actually, periodic table is nothing but systematic arrangement of elements. Systematic arrangement of elements is known as periodic table. অসমীয়া পৰ্যায়বৃত্ত তালিকা বুলি কয়। তাৰ মানে এলিমেন্ট বিলাকক আমি systematically arrange কৰি ললে এখন টেবুল পাওঁ। That table is known as periodic table. Now next question is, what is the requirement of periodic table? Why periodic table? Periodic table কেলে আমাক দৰকাৰ হ'ব? The answer is very simple. Actually, now almost 125 elements are present in the periodic table, so it is not so easy to remember all the properties, all the names, all their characteristics of these elements. Therefore, if we study it group wise, then it will become more meaningful and it will become easier to remember these things. গতিকে এই বস্তুবিলাক আমি মনত ৰখাটো আমাৰ কাৰণে সহজ হৈ পৰিব। দ্বিতীয়তে আমি গ্ৰুপ ৱাইজ ষ্টাডি কৰিলে সেই গ্ৰুপ ৱাইজ ষ্টাডিটো মিনিংফুল হয় আৰু সেইটো কথাৰ কাৰণে আমাক পিৰিয়ডিক টেবল এখন প্ৰয়োজন হৈছে। এতিয়া এই পিৰিয়ডিক টেবলখন একেদিনাই কনষ্ট্ৰাক্ট হোৱা নাই। ইট ইজ নট the periodic table is not constructed in a single day, so a long process is there, and a history is there. A history of periodic table is there, and the first thing is I am going to explain you Dobereiner's trial. Dobereiner's trial. What is Dobereiner's trial? Dobereiner was a scientist, so he has arranged the elements in three groups, 3 elements together. Now he has arranged the elements in a systematic way, that is lithium, sodium and potassium. Say lithium, sodium and potassium. Atomic mass of lithium is 6.9, that of sodium is 23 and that of potassium is 39. Now if you take the average of first and the last element, that is lithium, 6.9 plus 39 divided by 2 is equal to, it will be 45.9 divided by 2 is equal to, it is 22.95, that is almost 23, that will be equal to sodium. That means the average of first and second element, the atomic masses of first and last element is equal to the middle one. তাহলে প্ৰথমটো আৰু লাষ্টৰটো এলিমেন্টৰ তুমি atomic mass যদি এভাৰেজ লৈ লোৱা, then you will get the atomic mass of the middle one. গতিকে তেওঁ তেনেকৈ এলিমেন্ট বিলাকক সজাইছিলে। তেওঁ টোটাল 3টা ট্ৰায়াড বনালে, এটা লিথিয়াম, সোডিয়াম, পটাছিয়াম, নেক্সট তুমি ধৰা লিথিয়াম, নাইট্ৰোজেন, ফসফরাস, আর্সেনিক, গ্রুপ এ এলিমেন্টস, তেওঁ এটা গ্রুপত সজাইছিলে, গ্রুপ এ এলিমেন্টস, that is nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, and group B elements তেওঁ সজালে calcium, strontium, barium. Group B, calcium, strontium and barium. And in group C, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Group C, chlorine, bromine and iodine. But he could not explain all the elements, or he could not arrange all the elements which are found in the nature or artificially prepared elements in his table, and therefore this periodic table was nullified. গতিকে ডাবেৰাইনৰ যিখন পিৰিয়ডিক টেবল আছিল, সেই পিৰিয়ডিক টেবলখন আলটিমেটলি কেনসেল হৈ গ'ল। কেলে কেনসেল হ'ল? যে আমি অকল এখন পিৰিয়ডিক টেবল এনেকুৱাকৈ হ'লেতো নহ'ব যে আমি 5টা এলিমেন্ট লৈছো, 10টা এলিমেন্ট লৈছো। We have to apply it to every element. All the elements present in the periodic table we must consider all of them. But Dobenheimer could not do that, and therefore his periodic table was completely eliminated. That means it was nullified, it was not accepted, it was rejected. Okay. Now, second periodic table, it was given by Newlands and that is known as Newlands law of octaves. Newlands law of octaves. What is Newlands law of octaves? In music, কিমানটা স্বর আছে? সা রে গা মা, সা রে গা মা, পা ধা নি, then again sa. After 7 elements, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, each one is the repetition of the first one. 8 নম্বৰটো প্ৰথমটোৰ repetition হৈছে. That means after every 7 notes, the 8th one is repetition of the first note. In a similar way, Newlands have given the arranged the elements in a systematic way, so that after every 7 element, the 8 elements will be repetition of the first one. গতিকে তেওঁ তেনেকুৱা ধৰণে periodic tableখন কনস্ট্ৰাক্ট কৰিছিল। কিন্তু কিছুমান অসুবিধা আহিলে, all the elements are again same thing happened, that all the elements could not be included in the periodic table, and therefore this periodic table was also rejected. ইয়াত আমি আৰু এটা বস্তু ক'ব পাৰো, the Session-44 helix. The Session-44 helix, that is not included in your syllabus, but still I want to show you, that is like this helix. It is the helical structure. So if some element is placed here, and some elements are placed in these positions, some elements are placed in these positions. So similar, the elements present in the similar positions have similar properties or identical properties. যিবিলাক এলিমেন্টক একে জায়গাত ৰখা হৈছে, একে ধৰণৰ জায়গাত ৰখা হৈছে, their properties are identical. Now, these elements have identical properties. This one. These elements have identical properties. This one. These elements have identical properties. This one. So, these are the elements having identical properties. But still, a lot of limitations were there in this Session-44 helix also, and therefore it was also rejected. Now, the first accepted attempt was made by Mendeleev. Mendeleev has given the first acceptable periodic table. Mendeleev's periodic table. So, before going for the Mendeleev's periodic table, we must go through another thing. That is, if you want to learn some language, say English language, Assamese language, Hindi language, then you must know the grammar behind it. What is the grammar? If grammatically you are strong, then you are strong in the language. First thing. Similarly, if you want to go for algebra, you must have the knowledge of different kind of algebraic formulas, laws, like a plus b whole square equal to a square plus twice ab plus b square, a minus b whole square equal to a square minus twice ab plus b square, just like that. Now, similarly, if you want to study Mendeleev's periodic table, then also you must know the Mendeleev's periodic law. What is Mendeleev's periodic law? Mendeleev's periodic law. The physical and chemical properties of elements changes periodically with increase in atomic mass. With the increase in atomic mass, physical and chemical properties of element changes periodically with the increase in atomic mass. Or another definition you can give, the Mendel's periodic law, or the physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. That means the physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. Or you can say the physical and chemical properties of element changes periodically with the increasing atomic mass. Atomic mass বাকি হোৱাৰ লগে লগে ইহঁতৰ physical and chemical property বিলাকৰ change হয়। এই কথাটোকে মেণ্ডেলিফৰ periodic law ৱে ক'লে। কিন্তু এটা সবতকে ডাঙৰ কথাটোই হ'ল যে আমি কোৱা নহয় নাম উঠোতে দেবে নাম নামতে দেবে, মেণ্ডেলিফ উঠোতে ডুবিলে। মেণ্ডেলিফে এখন সাংঘাতিক ধুনীয়া periodic table কনস্ট্ৰাক্ট কৰিছিলে। At the time of Mendeleev, only 63 elements were discovered. অকল 63টা এলিমেন্ট ডিসকভাৰ হৈছিলে। But still, he has given a very strong periodic table. He has arranged the element in a systematic way, in a systematic pattern. বৰ ধুনীয়াকৈ এই periodic table খন তেওঁ কনস্ট্ৰাক্ট কৰিছিলে। কিন্তু he যে আৰম্ভণিতে তেওঁ এটমিক মাছটো ফলো কৰিলে। So that was his biggest blunder. সেইটো কেনেকৈ হ'ল? I'll explain it later. Now, there are element বিলাকক মেণ্ডেলিফে element বিলাকক বৰ সুন্দৰকৈ বনাইছে। He has arranged the element in very systematic way, and for that matter he has divided the periodic table into different groups. That is, in some horizontal rows. In some horizontal rows. এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কিছুমান horizontal row তেওঁ সৃষ্টি কৰিছিলে। The horizontal rows which are present in the periodic table are known as periods. The horizontal rows present in the periodic table are called periods. Again, he has divided the elements in some vertical columns. The elements which are present in a particular vertical column have some similarities in their properties. Similarly, the elements present in a particular period, say for example, if 8 elements are present in a particular period, then their properties are either identical or gradual change. Element বিলাকৰ property বিলাক হয় এবিনৰ পৰা এবিনলৈ বাঢ়ি আহিব, নহয় ইয়াৰ পৰা ইয়ালৈ কমি যাব, নহয় কেনৰ property বিলাক একে থাকিব। Similarly, in case of groups, these are groups. Now, what are groups? What is the definition of group? The vertical columns present in the periodic table are called groups. Now, say for example, I want to explain you one simple property, one simple periodic property. What is the simple periodic property? Valency. You have learned about valency. What is valency? In your previous classes, you are given the definition of valency as the combining capacity of an element is known as valency. But now that definition is not sufficient. You have to give another definition, that is the number of electrons gained, accepted, released or shared during chemical combination, that is known as valency. I am repeating, the number of electrons accepted, released or shared during chemical combination by an element is known as valency. That is the perfect definition of valency. Now, in a group, say in the first group, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium are present. So in this particular group, this is first group, these are known as alkali metals. So all the alkali metals have a general valency, that is 1. Alkali metal bilakor sobore general valency hoise 1. Lithium or electronic configuration jodi tomake aswa 2.1. Sodium 2.8.1. Potassium 2.8.8.1. As they have same number of valence electrons, 1 1 1. Therefore the elements which are present in this group have valency equal to 1. It is the group valency. In the second group, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. So 8 elements are present. These elements are present. Now their valency is same 2 because it is present in the second group. So it is one property. It is property of that particular group. So their valency is 2. So like that, these groups and periods are helping to study the periodic table. So Mendeleev has arranged the periodic table in a very systematic way, and it is the first construction of a systematic periodic table. Now what are the achievements of Mendeleev periodic table? Mendeleev periodic table খনৰ এটা পৰীক্ষাত কোৱেশ্চন কি আহে? মই এখিনি মহাই দিছো, তোমালোকক দুটা কোৱেশ্চন কৈ দিছো, তোমালোকে সেই কোৱেশ্চন দুটা কৰিবা। Number 1, write the advantages of Mendeleev's periodic table. Number 2, write the disadvantages or limitations. You can write limitations of Mendeleev's periodic table. So these are two important questions which are generally asked in the examination. So these are what are the advantages? First advantage, Mendeleev has arranged the elements in a systematic way. He has separated the periodic table in groups and periods. So every group, the elements which are present in a particular group have similar properties. The elements which are present in a particular period have similar properties or gradual change in properties. এটা এটা ডাঙৰ এডভান্টেজ। সেকেন্ড এডভান্টেজ, এটা ভবিষ্যৎবাণী কৰি দিছিলে। ধৰা কোনবা এটা পজিশনত এলিমেন্ট এটা এতিয়া আৱিষ্কাৰ হোৱা নাই, because in his time only 63 elements were discovered. Now almost 125 elements are present. তেওঁ ভবিষ্যতে কি এলিমেন্ট আৱিষ্কাৰ হ'ব সেইটো কৈ দিব পাৰিছিলে। বৰ ডাঙৰ কথা। So it is another advantage of Mendeleev's periodic table. On the basis of Mendeleev's periodic table, one can predict the properties. Mendeleev periodic table খনৰ ওপৰত বেছ কৰি এলিমেন্টৰ property predict কৰিব পাৰি। One can predict the properties. So it is another advantage of Mendeleev periodic table. Now, as the time is limited, therefore, today I am concluding this video here only. In my next video, I will discuss about what are the limitations of Mendeleev's predictable. Thank you.